Welcome to Real Estate Grad School. We coach experienced real estate agents to create and build the habits and systems that rapidly increase your income, build your team, and allow you a much greater peace of mind. I'm Rich Levin. I've been coaching experienced real estate agents for over 20 years to exceptional success. Come and learn. Last week we talked about the 3 skills in great negotiating. To just do a quick review, we said the first skill is to get as much information as possible before the negotiation begins and throughout. In a residential real estate transaction, you want to find out where people are going and when they'd like to be there and why they're moving and how important it is to them. Those are the key pieces of information in a residential real estate negotiation. You want to find that out early and find out everything else you can about the property. When did they buy it? What did they pay for it? What's their mortgage on it? Are they ahead or behind on their payments? Everything about them. Go online, look at their social media presence. What do they know? What do they believe in? Because when you're negotiating with them, all those things become relevant. People like people who are like them. Get as much information about the situation as possible, the market, and everything else that may be on their minds. The second key skill is to prepare the parties for the negotiation. Prepare your buyer or seller for how the negotiation will unfold and any glitches you may anticipate. Prepare the other agent for how you negotiate. Prepare the other client. Prepare everybody involved for how you anticipate the negotiation is going to go, and anything that might come up, that if they're prepared for it, it's going to go better for you and for them. And the third key skill is to stay objective and keep everyone else objective. Don't talk about the people. Just stay focused on the goal of getting someone's house sold and getting somebody buying their new house, into their new house. Those are the 3 most important skills in great negotiating. Today I want to talk about one more of the key strategies in negotiating. We covered one strategy, not that one. We covered the first strategy on Thursday, wrap it up in 2 rounds. And we talked about how when a buyer makes an offer, he's excited, they are excited about the house. When a seller gets the offer, they're excited about the house. But if the seller counters the offer, then the buyer starts thinking about the price. And their thinking moves a little further away from the house. When the seller gets that counteroffer, if it's not acceptable, and when the buyer counters back, if it's not acceptable, the seller starts thinking about the price, the money, instead of their move. And then if it goes to a 3rd round, very often the people make it personal. I don't want to sell my house to those people anymore. I don't want their house anymore. It gets personal because people aren't experienced negotiators. They don't know how to keep it objective. So your job is to keep it objective. And so that is, so those are, that's why you want to wrap it up in 2 rounds if at all possible. Today we're going to talk about adapting to negotiating styles. It's kind of fun. And then tomorrow, we'll talk about leading with questions and paying sincere attention. Is that right? No. Tomorrow we will talk about leading with questions, but then we've got one more day this week and we'll talk about some other strategies. So let's talk about the negotiating styles. There are 4 negotiating styles. There are 4 personality styles, and they match, of course, people's negotiating styles. They are personality styles. They really reflect a person's entire personality, but obviously a person's personality dictates how they communicate and how they behave. So there's a dominant, we call it a D personality style. There's a dominant personality style, and I'll give you some characteristics of these and how to negotiate with them in a moment. There's an influencing, a friendly and outgoing personality style. There's a stable and steady personality style, one that likes to work with others and responds to trust. And there's a conforming and compliant personality style, somebody who really likes to follow the rules and follow a process. This is called the DISC system of understanding personalities. I've seen many personality systems. This one is the easiest. First of all, people find it the most accurate and the simplest, and it's the simplest for you to learn. You're going to learn quickly a good piece of it today in this few minutes, and easiest to apply. You as a human being, each of you have your own personality styles. Typically, a healthy person is made up of two of these styles. They're a D and I. They're results and friendly. They're a friendly salesperson, okay? Focused on results. Or they're an S and C. They like following a process and like working with a team. A healthy person is typically two of those four. When a person gets to be three or four of those four, then their life gets a bit overwhelming because they're trying to serve too many needs, so to speak. When a person is one of those four, they're a little overbearing in that characteristic, overly friendly, overly dominant. So you as an agent are going to have probably a healthy two of those characteristics, and it will dictate how you naturally are. But in a negotiation, you want to always keep track, always remember and understand your own personality style, but begin to learn to be able to recognize other people's personality styles and adapt to them. And I'll explain a good piece of how to do that today in this next 6 minutes. So these four negotiating styles. First of all, there's that D style. Okay, the dominant personality style focused on results. That's why he's holding a number one cup. He wants results. He wants to win. Dominant personality styles, I happen to be one, like to work based on facts, but not to get lost in the facts. They also like to move rather fast. So they like to get enough information, enough facts to make a decision, and then make that decision. They want the facts, but then they want to get it moving. That's why I built the charts that are so helpful to so many agents, to be very efficient, but still to be based on facts. These people, these D people, need and want control. In a negotiation, they're going to want to feel like they're in control. And you, if you're dealing with them and you're also a D and you want control, you need to be sure that you are giving them a sense that they control the negotiation while, of course, you control it. So when somebody's fast-moving, fast-talking, fast-thinking, they could be a D or an I. Ds we'll talk about right now. So the question is, well, let's talk about I's, and we'll contrast those two. So the second personality style is an I, that influencing and friendly personality style. By the way, when you're selling a D, as I said, you give them the information and you ask for a decision. You don't have to be concerned about pushing a D for a decision. They will tell you when you're pushing too hard, but they don't mind being pushed a little. I personality styles, like I said, that influencing and friendly style. They need friendly. They're more interested in people than in facts, but they also move fast. They make friends fast. They're friendly fast. They're that smiling person, shakes your hand, puts another hand on it. You know, they're warm, they're friendly, they're outgoing. Now, if you have that personality style and you're dealing with a high D personality style, you get overly friendly. They don't like you. They may not trust you. Like, why are you being so friendly? Let's get it done. If a D is working with an I, if you're a D working with an I buyer or seller, you're like, you know, are they serious? You know, I don't need to be friends. Let's just get this done. And you've got to be careful to be warmer and more interested in the person and listen more. So when a person who's healthy, a good salesperson usually is a DI. They're interested in wins, in results, but they're also friendly. Now, when you're dealing with a D, with an I rather, you want to ask for a decision, but you want to make sure that they're enjoying the process and they're liking you. An S personality style, somebody who is stable and team and trust oriented. This is the type of person, before you want to build trust with them before you make a decision. You want to prove trust to them before you make a decision. Well, don't you need to do that with a D? No. If you have the information the D needs and you're asking for a decision, that could be enough. With an I, it's not enough that they trust you. They need to like you. They won't trust you unless they like you. With an S, you want to do whatever it takes to trust them. And typically they're a bit more, just like that picture, just like that face, they're a bit more, they scrutinize a bit more. You have to be a little bit more careful, slower. By the way, they also think and move a bit more slowly. They're more deliberate in their decision making. And then the C personality style, conforming. They like process. They need logic. They need to understand how and why things work, why something makes sense for them. So I told you I'd teach you a little bit about recognizing these personality styles. And so here's what they are, okay? Just want to see something here, got it. How do you recognize those styles? Pace. If you think about me, do I typically move fast or slow? Speak fast or slow? If it's fast, then I'm going to be a D or an I. Okay? So the question is, I'm fast, that's what the D and I's have in common, but do I focus on facts or on people? So the second question is, facts or people? And you know, I like the charts. I want to look at how you're doing by your numbers. So the fact that I am faster moving, faster talking, and I focus on facts says that I'm a D. So if you want me to make a decision, give me the information and let's get it going. If an I, fast or slow, fast. But now, instead of being focused on facts, they're focused on people. They need to like you and they will like you quickly. With an S, suddenly you have to slow down. They're focused on people. They need to trust you. They need to trust you. You need to have shown them or done something where they can have trust. And they're not going to trust fast. They can be very friendly. An SI, that's a personality style with an S, strong S, strong I, they're going to be friendly, but they're not going to be friendly till they trust you. With a C, if somebody's focused on facts, but they want more facts, they want more information, they want to think about it, they want to slow it down, that's a C personality style, and that's how you negotiate and sell them. So one of the more sophisticated skills, you don't have to develop this. Most agents are not even aware of this. But those of us that are, and those of my clients that are, particularly if you hire people on your team, this can be a very important characteristic. And you're negotiating with somebody that's not going well. Sometimes it's just because you're not behaving and negotiating with them consistent with who they are. Just click on the link below. I'd look forward to speaking with you.